Manners maketh movie. A few months ago, I was fortunate enough to get into a press screening of Kingsman, The Secret Service. The version I saw was a nearly finished one. It was explained that only a little bit of VFX polishing was needed, though to be perfectly honest, if that version made it out into theaters, I would have been okay with that. To date, I have seen this movie 4 times, and goddamn, is this movie rewatchable. I'm gonna be upfront with you guys. This film, it's not out yet. It comes out in like a couple hours. And yeah, I know I'm not wearing a watch, but don't be a stickler for stuff like that. Point is, this review, it's gonna be spoiler free. Sorry guys, don't want to ruin anything, and to be honest, I want you to go see the movie. It's really, really good. And spoiling, it's just gonna be a detriment, you know? Like, you want cool movies, you gotta friggin' support them. I know, like, it sucks. 50 Shades of Grey is probably gonna clean up the first couple days. Hopefully word will get out that 50 Shades of Grey is actually just about an abusive relationship and is a really poorly made movie, and that this movie is actually well made. It's super fun. So this is going to be a spoiler-free, somewhat vague review as far as plot is concerned. I'll go in depth after the movie comes out. The film is based on a graphic novel of the same name, or I guess the inverse, which was done by Mark Millar, Vaughn, and Dave Gibbons. This marks the second collaboration between Vaughn and Millar, the first of course being Kick-Ass, which I fucking love. In Kingsman, veteran secret agent Harry Hart takes Eggsy, a troubled but promising young man, under his wing. Eggsy makes his way through an ultra-competitive training just as a global threat emerges. This only scratches the surface of what is arguably one of the most fun and refreshing movies I have seen in a long time. Now that's something I want to focus on. Fun. I love dark, heavy movies. I love serious and depressing movies too. But I feel like we are hitting something of an oversaturation point with them. Matthew Vaughn recently said something to the effect how people want fun and escapism at the moment. Regardless of whether or not you agree with that, you can see that Vaughn has delivered exactly what he said he would. This movie's fun. It is funny. Yes, it's darker and has some truly heavy moments in it, but breaking it up with comedy punches them both up. Now, it's very hard to walk that line tonally, but after making a movie like Kick-Ass, Vaughn has shown that he can do it. This is much closer tonally to Kick-Ass than it is to First Class. Just a warning, be prepared for a movie that earns its R rating. So what is it about Kingsman that sets it apart? I believe one of the true assets to the film is the character Eggsy, played by newcomer Taron Egerton. Eggsy's a fantastic, complex character. He could have easily been boiled down to a cliche British bad boy spouting awful just catchphrases. They could have easily taken him way too far in that direction, but they show restraint. Eggsy is a smart, loyal, and caring person. He's a good man who's been put in an unfortunate circumstance which has made him live a life of crime. It is Harry's belief that by changing Eggsy's circumstance, he can transform to become something more. A Kingsman. Egerton has amazing comedic timing and excels at playing both the tough and compassionate aspects of Eggsy's character perfectly. Colin Firth's Harry Hart, the quintessential gentleman spy. Efficient, intelligent, dangerous, but always a gentleman. He was a man of honor who sticks to a code that he truly believes in. He could have so easily have been just another cliché, staunch, pompous, British, proper spy type character, but he was anything but that. He was forward-thinking, and he was actually progressive. He believed that being a gentleman was more than just the way one talked. It was about more than the circumstances of one's birth. It was about who you were underneath, who the best version of you can be. Of course, any spy movie is only as good as its villain, and here Samuel Jackson does not disappoint. He masterfully plays Valentine, a psychotic megalomaniac bent on saving the planet the way he sees fit. He makes a brilliant choice to have his character have a lisp. This is a great juxtaposition because we tend to associate people with having a lisp as being unintelligent, whereas this character is incredibly intelligent. You can tell that this guy just had a shitload of fun playing this character. I could go on about the entire cast of this film, but we would be here all day if I did that, so let's move on. When a film opens up by blasting the song Money for Nothing and blowing up an enemy compound, you know it's a movie that's not taking itself too seriously. The film has a fantastic, unique style. The action sequences in it flow in a way that is both brutal yet beautiful. There's a certain fluidity to the way every hit gets landed. Suffice it to say, there's a scene that takes place in a church that people are going to be talking about for a while. I at points felt like Eggsy was the only character that didn't belong in this movie's world. That adds tremendously to the comedy aspect, especially whenever there was a fight or crazy spy stuff going on. All the other characters around him would just accept it, and he wore this face of confusion and concern. It's quite funny. This was a film made by somebody who loves the genre, specifically the 60s era spy movies. You can see that love in every shot, every old school cheesy sound cue. It's perfect. Kingsman balances paying homage to the films that inspired it while maintaining its own identity excellently. It's like they said, this ain't that kind of movie. But hopefully word of mouth will get out that 50 grades of shit. But hopefully word will get out that 50 grades of shit, what the fuck?